I would encourage my gay fans to be fighters and to be brave. So I want my life to be a testimony to my gay fans. I mean, I could never imagine what, they're going through. But I know that suicide's never the answer, and I know that things always get better. You guys, I love you very, very much. And for the people who don't love you, they need help. When you ridicule people, it's a sign of your own insecurity.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
Kool-Aid or One Punch?
If it's red and if it's made good and not watered down, Kool-Aid, of course.
Can you make Kool-Aid?
Of course. What can't I make?
Properly, like how much sugar you put in there?
A lot. The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I be missing my grandma.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. She in jail.
Tell me, who are the performers? You got Nicki Minaj, you got Ariana Grande.
Good.
Are you fans of either?
I think they're both terrific.
I just talked to Donald Trump.
Oh.
And I told him that you were performing tonight. I asked him if he was a fan of yours.
Oh.
What do you think he said?
He probably said, "Who's that?"
No, he didn't. He said he's a fan.
Really? Donald Trump?
Surprise you?
Yes.
Okay, you guys, we need to talk about Nicki Minaj. Because over the past few days, she's been losing fans left and right, and if you've been following the story, you know things are getting intense. Nicki Minaj, one of the biggest names in music, a queen of rap and pop culture for over a decade, is suddenly at the center of a massive controversy. And it's not about a new album or a feud with another rapper this time. It's about her appearance at a conservative event and some statements she made that have fans absolutely divided. Yes, you heard that right. Nicki Minaj, who built her empire on a persona that was bold, unapologetic, and often aligned with progressive ideas, has left many of her longtime supporters shocked, confused, and, in some cases, feeling betrayed. So let's break this down because there's a lot going on here, and it's a story that keeps getting more and more dramatic. It all started when Nicki Minaj showed up to Turning Point USA, a conservative organization, alongside Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. Now, if you're not familiar, Turning Point USA is known for its right-leaning political views and often attracts media attention whenever a celebrity makes an appearance. And Nicki? Well, she did more than just show up. She made a statement that sparked debates across social media, talk shows, and every corner of pop culture. While on stage with Erica, Nicki started talking about beauty standards in America. Specifically, she compared the experiences of Black girls to white girls, addressing a sensitive and long-standing cultural debate. The way society elevates certain kinds of beauty while downplaying others. Nicki's point was that America has historically put a narrow standard in place. Fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, and anything outside that has often been marginalized. This is a topic that resonates deeply with many people, especially in the Black community. For decades, minorities have fought to redefine beauty standards, showing that beauty comes in every shade, every texture, and every shape. And Nicki wasn't shy about acknowledging this. She said that Black women often struggle to feel represented and admired for their beauty, and that this has real psychological and cultural implications. But here's where it gets complicated. Nicki didn't just stop at discussing Black beauty. She made it clear that admiring Black beauty doesn't mean tearing down white beauty. She said something along the lines of, "I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty, because I know my beauty. It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Why shouldn't she feel that?" Boom. That's a statement that sounds empowering on the surface. But in today's polarized world, almost nothing stays neutral for long. Once those words were out there, debates erupted immediately. Social media lit up. Fans, critics, and pundits started picking apart every nuance of what she said. And it didn't stop there. Enter J.D. Vance, a political figure who saw Nicki's words and amplified them in a tweet. He paraphrased her statement, emphasizing that Nicki rejected the idea of pitting people against each other based on race or beauty standards. Suddenly, what was initially a discussion about representation became entangled in political commentary. Nicki's words were being used to support an entire ideological agenda, and her fans were noticing. This is where the backlash began in earnest. Nicki Minaj has always had a massive following, but suddenly, some of those fans felt like they didn't recognize the person they had been supporting for years. In just a few days, Nicki lost over 1 million followers on social media, dropping from 28 million to 26.9 million. That's a huge shift, and it speaks to how powerful the combination of celebrity statements and social media outrage can be. Among those most vocal in their disappointment is the LGBTQ+ community. Nicki has a long history of supporting LGBTQ+ fans. Remember her time on RuPaul's Drag Race, where she famously said, "I pledge allegiance to the drag"? That commitment has been part of her public persona for years. So, when she appeared at Turning Point and openly aligned with conservative politics, many fans felt betrayed. The loyalty that had defined her fanbase suddenly seemed to be in jeopardy. And then there's the political aspect, which is impossible to ignore. Nicki didn't just attend the event. She praised former President Donald Trump, calling him handsome and dashing, and referred to conservative figures as the cool kids. She even said that her appearance at Turning Point USA meant more to her than any concert she's ever performed. Can you imagine? For fans who grew up idolizing her for her music and her outspoken support of marginalized communities, these statements were like a punch to the gut. Naturally, comparisons started rolling in. Many people immediately compared Nicki to Kanye West, who made his own political shifts in recent years, alienating some fans while gaining attention in other circles. But with Nicki, the situation feels particularly dramatic because of the stark contrast between her past persona and her current statements. For years, she had built an image of being unapologetically herself while supporting causes and communities, often at odds with conservative politics. Now, suddenly, that narrative feels flipped. So what caused Nicki Minaj to make this shift? Was it a genuine change in beliefs, a strategic career move, or something else entirely? That's the question fans are asking. And it's the question that keeps this story trending. Some speculate that Nicki wanted to make a bold statement about individuality and self-expression, aligning herself with a message of rejecting societal pressure. Others argue that it's a political pivot that could have long-term consequences for her brand. Whatever the reason, the result is undeniable. Nicki's actions have created a rift between her and a significant portion of her audience. And while the controversy is focused on politics and beauty standards, it's also important to consider the broader cultural context. Nicki Minaj's career has always been about pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and sparking conversation. But this moment feels different because it touches on multiple sensitive topics at once: race, politics, sexuality, and celebrity influence. That intersection is a perfect storm for social media debates, and it's no surprise that opinions are so divided. Even beyond fans, when media outlets are dissecting every word, trying to frame Nicki's actions as part of a larger narrative. Some argue that this is just another example of celebrities facing the consequences of stepping outside expected norms. Others see it as a powerful, if controversial, stance on identity, representation, and self-expression. Either way, Nicki Minaj has proven once again that she is a figure who can dominate the conversation, whether people love her or hate her. But let's zoom in on the specifics of her comments about beauty standards, because that's where a lot of the tension lies. Nicki made it clear that celebrating Black beauty doesn't require tearing down white beauty. In a world where society often pits people against one another, her statement was intended to reject that divisive mindset. And in theory, that's a powerful message. Why, it's a reminder that confidence and self-love are not zero-sum. They don't diminish anyone else's worth. Yet, in practice, it didn't land perfectly. For some fans, especially those who have closely followed Nicki's career and activism, the appearance at a conservative event felt like a betrayal. It wasn't just about her words, it was about the platform, the audience, and the implications of her alignment with conservative politics. And when combined with her praise of Trump, it became a lightning rod for criticism. The consequences are significant. Beyond losing followers, Nicki's reputation in certain communities has taken a hit. Her relationship with LGBTQ+ fans, which once felt unshakable, now faces scrutiny. And in the age of social media, once trust is eroded, it's hard to rebuild. Every tweet, post, or interview now gets analyzed through the lens of this Turning Point USA appearance. Fans are watching to see whether this is a one-time event, a sign of a new direction, or a deeper transformation of her public persona. And that brings us to a key question. Is Nicki Minaj ruining her legacy? Let's be honest, Nicki's legacy is massive. She's one of the most influential female rappers in history, with a career full of hits, awards, and cultural impact. But legacy isn't just about achievements, it's about perception. And right now, perception is shifting. People are debating whether this flip will overshadow her musical contributions, or whether it will simply be another chapter in a career that has always been unpredictable. Some argue that Nicki's bold move could redefine her image, positioning her as a fearless figure who refuses to be boxed in by expectations. Others believe that she risks alienating a core portion of her audience and potentially damaging relationships with brands, collaborators, and fans who have supported her for years. It's a high-stakes situation, and the fallout is still unfolding. What's fascinating here is how Nicki's actions reflect larger societal trends. In an era where celebrity influence intersects with politics, culture, and social media, a single appearance or statement can ripple across the globe in minutes. Nicki's story is a case study in how quickly public opinion can change, and how complex identity, fandom, and politics have become in the digital age. And yet, despite the backlash, Nicki still has fans. She still has support from people who admire her fearlessness, her honesty, and even her ability to challenge norms. That's part of what makes this situation so compelling. The division isn't absolute. Some see this as a betrayal, while others see it as a bold stand. And that tension is what keeps people talking. So, where does this leave Nicki Minaj? Well, for now, she's at a crossroads. The next step she takes, whether clarifying her statements, doubling down on her beliefs, or returning to her music and public persona, will be crucial. And for fans and critics alike, it's a moment to reflect on loyalty, identity, and what it means to truly support an artist. Nicki Minaj's story in the last few days is a reminder of how fragile and volatile fame can be, and how every action, word, or appearance carries weight. It's also a testament to her enduring influence, because even in controversy, she commands attention, sparks debate, and drives conversation. Few artists have that kind of power, and whether the aftermath is positive or negative, Nicki Minaj continues to shape the cultural landscape in ways that few others can. And now, the question we all have to ask ourselves: will Nicki's career recover from this political and cultural controversy, or is this the beginning of a new chapter that will define her legacy in ways we can't yet predict? Fans, critics, and cultural commentators will be watching closely. The debate is far from over, and every new statement, appearance, or post will be scrutinized. One thing is certain: Nicki Minaj has made a bold move that has divided opinion, challenged expectations, and reignited conversations about race, politics, beauty standards, and celebrity influence. Whether you agree with her or feel betrayed by her, you can't deny that she has created a moment that everyone is talking about. So, I want to hear from you. Do you think Nicki Minaj is ruining her legacy, or is this just another example of her fearlessness and ability to shock the world? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, keep watching, because with Nicki, the story is never really over. There's always another twist, another headline, another surprise waiting just around the corner.